What's good? Welcome back to another edition of That Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bake, and I got my co-host with me.
It's your boy, the COVID edition. Yeah. You know, they got us out here trying to coach like this. Like, that's how they want you to be in a classroom. This is how they want you to coach. I can't do this, man. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, man. I'm yelling at these kids without a mask on. So hopefully, your coaches start. I'm not. I can't. I spent the whole weekend walking around with a damn mask on.
Well, that's good though. That means you practice good habits. You got to. It's a law, especially in California. It's a law now that you have to wear your mask if you go outside, which is good.
I was in Nevada, and it's not like a law, but you know, people are wearing their masks.
Yeah,
man, it's hot. Trying to communicate is hard. You got to really listen in to try to hear people speak. People, you know, and like people don't want to be close. So, like, they trying their best to talk and you trying your best to hear. So, y'all working together, but we both can tell, like, this some bull. Yeah, man. So, like, you know, but like I said, I you know, being in Vegas this past weekend, it was cool. And it was just like, you know, it's pretty dead for the most part. But, you know, people are out. You know, I've met a lot of people from LA. A lot of people just out here, even though it's not a lot to do. A lot of people brought their kids because there's not a lot to do. So you kind of vacation trip with their kids.
Yeah.
People just want to get out the house. Like that was like the senses I got for why people are out here is they just want to get out the house. I was like, I respect it. So.
That makes sense though. That makes sense. But it's going to be the norm. And I think it's just an adjustment for a lot of us when it comes to wearing a mask and things like that, because we got to protect ourselves. We're still dealing with a pandemic. And until we find a vaccine, until we can figure out something that can sort of defeat the virus or combat with the virus, we got to do what we got to do, man. You know, it's better safe than sorry. I'd rather wear a mask than being 6 feet under, man. That's just what it is. I wear that mask. You know what I'm saying? If I can't hear you, then you better text it, bro. You better. This is where virtual communication is key. It is at an all-time key right now.
I just think like when it comes to sports, man, it's gonna be hard.
Oh yeah.
If we're gonna have to do sports, then a coach trying to wear the mask to convey a message is just gonna be is especially you gotta think about Fresno. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. So I think as a coach, maybe, you know, you're doing more things with the little foghorn thing to where you're not by your players, but you're able to convey the message and you just ain't got to. So you got a distance between you and the players, but you're still talking.
It too dramatic, dog. Look, all you got to do, it's called visuals, okay? Even when you are able to speak like you're normally able to speak, you got visuals because everybody is not an auditorial learner. Some people are visual learners. So no matter what, I'm just saying, no matter what I'm saying, but no matter if you're not able to communicate the way you would like to, there's different options, man. You have a clipboard. You have so many different ways that you can implement what you're trying to say without just being able to go, hey, man, this is what you need to do. I need you to do 2, 2, 1. You need to get up in there. You don't need to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. Players can understand.
Yeah, I'm not talking about them times. I'm talking about when I'm about to jump in a player's you know what because they out here doing something that was not approved of. You know, that's the good part of it. Yeah, I mean, I can do that for all the good stuff, but I'm talking about the bad stuff when I need immediate in your behind. I need that, like and I'm not even that kind of coach. And I don't do it often, but when I do it, it's immediacy. I can't yell at a player about something that happened right now 20 minutes down the line. We have missed our moment.
No, you ain't got it, but you can still see it's different ways to get the same react. See, you don't always have to yell. You can come, I'm gonna tell you straight up. When my pops didn't say nothing, but he gave me a look. I knew it was bad. So you can come at a player and be like, and then walk away. They know it's bad. You ain't got to be like, da, 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 because eventually some players, again, they tone you out. They tone you out. But if you give them that look, you go up to a player like, God, and walk away and just shake your head, they going to be so disappointed. They going to be hurt. I'm like, damn, I ain't even get cussed out. I ain't get none of that. He real mad. He ain't even had a moment, the ability to talk to me like I thought he was going to talk to me. And so now I'm hurt. Now I'm confused. Now I'm like, what's going on? So it can play in your favor. It can have a player like, Coach, what do I need to do? I want to get better. Rather than, man, here come Coach. Coach, too many reasons. Here you go again, talk about nothing, yelling, talk about nothing.
I hear that, man. And again, like, I feel like both situations is both situations, but, you know, I just feel like I said, I'm an energetic, fiery coach, mainly positively. Like, I'm not a big negative coach because I just feel like that don't win. So it just hampers my fire that I have with my kids. Like, I'm the coach that's rallying the troops, that's being very encouraging and stuff like that. So I use my voice mainly for positive than I do negative. That's what I'm saying. That's just how I coach. And so, like, with the mask, not saying I'm not talking, but it's just like I don't know if it's bringing that same umph. If I'm trying to tell my player, like, boy, you went to work. You feel me? Like, versus the mask, like, like, that's what I'm saying. Mine is more on the positive side.
I get what you're saying. Shout out to Dak Prescott. He got paid. Because he got paid.
They signed the deal?
He signed the deal over Sunday. He signed the deal. Got $31 million. 31.5.
So wait, time out.
What you mean?
So we held up for $31 million?
A year?
We've been doing all this, and all he ended up with was $31 million?
A year, though. No, $31 million. I believe it's a year.
No, I'm just saying. So, like, they was talking 35, 40, and he settled for 30. I mean, not settled, but
yeah, here you go, right here. Yeah, he signed $31.4 million.
How many? What's the terms?
Dak Prescott planned to sign franchise tag on Monday. So he's
that's it. Yeah, but the franchise tag is so yeah, they still at an impasse.
Well, I mean,
the franchise tag is kind of what Kirk Cousins was doing at first. So I mean, I would sign a $31 million franchise tag because that's $31 million guaranteed for me to play this year.
Exactly.
That's better than.
I mean, something better than nothing. He did something rather than holding out. But at the end of the day, he's not going to have a season. There's not going to be a season, man. With all these COVID cases, you know what I'm saying? You talking about you don't want to wear a mask, but look at all of these people who got masks. Yeah, Kansas State had 14 players. LSU had players. The NFL got players. Ezekiel Elliott that got COVID. Man, the thing is running wild right now. Okay?
Yeah, but it's not. But it's just like, to me, it's just one of those things to where it's going to run wild regardless. Like, it's not going. It's a virus. It ain't going nowhere. Just like the flu. Has the flu went anywhere? Flu been here for centuries.
I know.
It ain't went nowhere.
But flu don't take as many lives as the coronavirus.
Have you not? Have you go check your flu numbers?
No, I'm saying like the flu does take people's lives, but I'm saying
the flu takes all lives.
Hold up.
The flu is one of those, all lives don't matter to the flu. It don't. It from kids to elderly people. You feel me? Like, you've seen with the coronavirus, as long as you can, I don't want to say catch it early or however things have been working out, because I'm not too into the whole health.
It's based off your symptomatics and your health history.
Yeah, and so like with the flu, the common flu takes people out at a faster rate than what COVID did. And again, people get like, well, it's not the same thing. I know it's not the same thing, obviously. But even with us having a vaccine for the flu, it ain't less deaths. You feel me? Like the vaccine for the flu ain't preventing less deaths. So, everybody else still waiting on, well, there is no vaccine for the COVID right now. All right, we get a vaccine. Does that still mean the people who are elderly, who are hypersensitive to, are still not going to pass away if it really attacks them? What's the vaccine really going to do? So my biggest question are like, what are we waiting on? Or like, because like I said, I just feel like it's one of those things that's not going nowhere.
Yeah, it won't go nowhere, but you got to think about the bigger picture. Is that it impacts people at a faster rate? You know what I'm saying? Like with the flu, yes, the flu does take people's lives, but at the end of the day, there's still something that can combat it. You know what I mean? That can help fight it. We don't have nothing that can help fight it right now. We're getting beat up right now, and we trying to put as much defense as we can, but it's still running wild right now. And again, it's not going to go nowhere, but until we able to be safe, even with the flu, you're still able to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you have the flu, why would you?
No. But I'm saying like it's not like as a severity per se in what COVID is, right? In regards to the impact that it's having or whatever. When you catch the flu, if you have a flu vaccine, the chances of it impacting you like that, it's not as high as it is right now with COVID when you have no vaccine. Your chances of beating it is just waiting it out. Whereas the flu, when you have a vaccine, it helps fight. Your body is immune to fighting it already, right? And it gives you a better chance of overcoming it when you get it. Now with COVID, there's no vaccine to help you fight it. So your body's like, hey, what's up? Oh, damn. Oh, where you come from? I don't know how to beat you. And you're doing the best you can. And if your body's not strong enough, you see all these deaths. We at close to about to be 1 million. I think it's close.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we have 1 million, but it's a lot.
No, but overall, I think we about to be. I think worldwide, I think it's about to be one of the biggest things ever, bro. The flu was big. Don't get me wrong, but
is.
No, It's big, but it ain't on the scale right now. Back in the day with swine, when they had that, it was a flu that killed dang near so many people because there was no vaccine. Right? When
Ebola hit, when the swine flu hit.
But no, it was a flu before that. It was a flu before that wiped out dang near thousands of people or whatever. But we getting off tangent, man. We ain't no scientific channel, man. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's gonna be a season.
The people, we gonna have a season. Maybe no fans.
I don't think they're gonna have a season. I really don't.
Well, if they don't have, that means sports is about to stop for 2020.
Not really. Basketball. Yeah.
You can't. We'll get into what we gonna do for football when that topic comes.
Yes, we will. But we got an episode about that. We in the finals. We are in the finals again.
Yeah, you made me host yet, so I can share my screen.
Yeah, I'm about to give you the host. To let you know. But if y'all didn't check out the episode on Tuesday, 2012 team won the Olympic championship. So now we about to decide who's winning this championship. So let's let my man DJ host real quick so he can show y'all who's in the finals. If you haven't been watching this, your first time watching, you can catch up and see who is in the finals. So there you go. You the host right now. You the host. So show the world who's in the finals. I know who's in the finals, but do they know who's in the finals?
We're about to slide show from the beginning. Boom. Oh, boom. Here's where we are. And I show the finals, but this is just the kind of the recap.
Yeah.
So this is where we started off with. You feel me? Took the best teams from the AFC for the 21st century Super Bowl teams, best teams in the NFC, we split them up. Bada bing, bada boom. And we went through all the way through from the wild card round to the divisional round to the conference championships. and we are here.
Yeah.
Here.
This is a good finals. This is good finals, man.
This is good. This would be something that Super Bowl Sunday I'll be excited to watch.
I would too. It was almost like I was excited to see who will prevail against the Niners and KC because it was defense versus offense or whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying? I figured KC would probably get the edge. I said that. I said it was going to be tough, but I said eventually when you playing a certain style of defense, you cave after a while. You just do. You cave after a while. And I think that, KC was going to get the best of Frisco. And it's no disrespect to San Francisco 49ers, but I called it.
Well, I mean, my prediction didn't have less to do with what was that and what was what. My Super Bowl prediction always goes with who fan base I know less of.
Hold up.
That's usually how,
My God, man. No, you didn't. You said, all right, so if there's a lot of Seattle fans or if there's a lot of Frisco fans, I'm going against the other team. I'm going with the other team.
That's usually how I do my Super Bowls. I've been like Seattle was one of those teams that I was cheering for in both of their Super Bowls because A, don't want to see the Broncos happy, and then B, the next year I didn't want to see Tom Brady happy. That's winning one other ring. So like my Super Bowl, I can honestly admit that I was cheering for the Falcons when they was playing against the Patriots because I don't know a lot of Falcons fans.
But that's I don't want you to cheer for us on the Super Bowl. I don't want nobody who not a real Falcon fans to cheer for us because that's probably why we lost. Because even at that Super Bowl party, everybody was cheering for us when we was doing my thing, we was doing our thing, we was winning. I was the only real genuine fan because when it started to change, the cheering started saying, "Uh-oh, here come Tom Brady. Here come Tom Brady in the Patriots."
But I'm not cheering. I would just prefer that team to win. I'm not cheering. I'm watching the game. I'm watching him as a casual fan. But I would just prefer that team to win.
On the bandwagon and be like, yeah, y'all did it.
No, I'm a Raider fan until I die. That's just how that works.
If we play bandwagon, then you're gonna be an Atlanta fan soon. If we do play y'all, if we do have a season, you're gonna be having that Atlanta that hat. I got it pre-order ready for you, dog. Ready for you, Pops. And my man Collins. Y'all all three gonna be on the show one at a time. Take a picture for your boy back. Hey, shout out to Atlanta fans out there. Rise up. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the Super Bowl. So when we look at this, right?
Yeah.
It's a strong case of great offense against a great defense.
Right.
AC was very high up there in the offensive statistical categories.
Yes.
And Seattle's defense was number one in both yards and points for. And so, like, I just really look at it like that Seattle Seahawks team, 2013 was special. It's just a special team just because they were so well-rounded and well-versed both offensively and defensively. I feel like, the Packers did them a favor during that playoff run by just folding in the NFC Championship game. But you could say that other teams did KC a favor by folding. The Texans folded. Yeah, the Texans, come on. Remember, the Texans was up 24-0 and blew it. And even the Titans was up and blew it. I'm just saying, like,
how's that folding? That's their style of play. They beat every team coming back.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is both teams, like, even though these are our strong Super Bowl teams, they had their quarrels to get to the Super Bowl. Like, they wasn't just like, they didn't just have like that run through the playoffs where it was no competition. They just slapped everybody and then won. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, it wasn't one of those kind of runs. It was like both teams have to fight to get there. But when you look at both teams, it's just a great matchup. And, you know, when I'm looking at the Seattle game, if we was to kind of do it how we did the basketball one in the first quarter, I see a 3-3 game coming out the first quarter. 3-3. Just, you know, Pat Mahomes trying to figure it out his way, Seahawks trying to figure out their way. I got a 3-3 coming out the first quarter.
I don't have a 3-3. Here's the thing about offense and defense. And it's about, in my opinion, it's about the systems and the schemes. Does it work well with the when you're playing against the opposing team? Whose system, whose schemes match up well? And it's all about the matchups as well. The reason why Kansas City is a tough team to beat because they have matchup problems throughout the dang field. So even if you're up, as we've seen against the Texans, against the Titans, even with the Patriots last year when they should have beat Tom Brady and they choked, or not choked, but just had a malfunction, dude went off offsides and gave Tom Brady another chance and they end up winning. But if you really pay attention to the Kansas City Chiefs, they weapons present a problem. They are never out of the game until it's 0-0-0-0 on that clock. And so I think in the first quarter, they are up 10-7. I think they put up a touchdown, and it's 10-7. I think Seattle, on the other hand, is having a little bit of trouble. And I think the only thing that's going to help Seattle get the edge is if they don't try to play like the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's why a lot of teams get them in trouble.
They not. I mean, when you look at that Seattle team, on offense, they played one way, and that was run the ball, play action, and let Russ kind of figure some stuff out on the ground. Like, that's what they did. Like, they didn't – the one time they've been cute was the one play that cost them the Super Bowl. But even in that Super Bowl, they was running the ball, Russell Wilson do his thing. When they finally decided to get cute, it cost them. And that was the year after this one. So that's why I said I just feel like they're going to do what they do. KC had 4 losses during the regular season. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Colts. They lost to the Titans, and they lost to the Texans. Those are the KC's 4 losses, right?
But was Mahomes there?
No, wait. Mahomes was in the Colts game.
Okay.
Mahomes was in the Titans game.
Okay.
And Mahomes was in the Texans game. He didn't play the Packer game.
Okay.
So Mahomes played in 3 to 4 games. But if you exclude the Packer game, KC lost because they got beat up front. The Colts ran for close to 150 plus. The Titans ran for close to over 150 plus. And Tannehill led a game-winning drive. And the Texans, with Carlos Hyde and them boys, ran for over 150 plus. So what they did was, those games are still pretty much a high-scoring game, but they ran the ball and beat those boys up. And what does Seattle do best? Run the rock with Marshawn and I forgot who the other running back was, but yeah, Marshawn. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like that right there keeps it 3-3 because Mahomes probably gets 1 or 2 possessions in the first quarter.
Possibly, but here's my thing. If you see the Titans, when they played against the Titans.
The first time or the second time?
The second time. When they played against the Titans the second time. And even when they played them the first time, they only lost by 3. And they lost because of a last-second hooray drive that the Titans put on. They should have won that game. Their defense folded at the last second, and they gave a lot of big plays. They kicked the field goal, end up winning that game. But when they played them the second time around, right, the game was the Titans was winning because they controlled the line of scrimmage, right? And here's my thing with the Kansas City defense that a lot of people don't give them a lot of credit, is their ability to adjust. The ability to adjust. And what happened when the Seattle Seahawks beat the Patriots, right? When they beat the Patriots, they don't have no receiver on that field that is fast like Tyreek Hill.
You talking about when they beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl?
No, I mean, they lost to the Patriots, but when they played against the Patriots, when they played against the Broncos as well, who on that team had
Percy Harvin. Oh, Percy Harvin got that kind of speed. Don't.
No. Seattle has that kind of. He was on Seattle. He wasn't on the Broncos.
No, you were saying who?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about defensive wise. Who did they play that had that speed?
They really didn't face no teams that had guys that just go take the top off the defense like that.
That's what makes Kansas City a hard team to cover. You can be up for the first two, maybe even 3 quarters, but they team speed. They have so many weapons. That's why they so hard to beat. That the dimensionals of what they can hit you with. They have different people they can hit you with in all shades, facets of the field. So I would say this. If Seattle is getting pressure with their front four, because that's the only way. That is the only way.
And they got a front four to go get pressure with.
They do got a solid front four, but I'm saying that's going to be who wins the game, in my opinion. So that's why I said 10-7. I feel like Seattle running the ball a little bit. They control the line of scrimmage for a little bit. But again, Marshawn Lynch, right? He ain't like the 49ers running back. Them dudes was big and fast. Marshawn is big and he got some solid speed, but he ain't no break off the wall speed. He can be tackled. He's like another. I even think Henry's faster than Marshawn Lynch. I think Henry's faster than him.
I would say Henry is faster than Marshawn, but when I look at that, right, when you bring up the Titans, who was the quarterback?
Tannehill. Tannehill.
I understand that. Now, I feel like Russell Wilson is just 10 times better than Tannehill. And Russell Wilson provides a factor that KC has to prepare for, just like Seattle got to prepare for. Russell Wilson get out that pocket, and that's what he does. He makes plays out of no plays. And Deshaun Watson really didn't do it in that playoff game, especially when they was up and KC was coming back. Tannehill didn't do that. Garoppolo didn't do that. KC defense didn't face a quarterback that would do what Mahomes does as far as break down situations my quarterback's able to extend the play. So that's also one of those things that, we got to kind of take it. We got to bring that to the table.
Hold up. Kansas City, they beat the MVP, running MVP of last year.
Early in the season, though.
It don't matter. You talking about
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is not even as a proficient thrower as Russell Wilson. So his game is his leg. So
no. If you really look at Lamar Jackson numbers in regards to his numbers, if you look at his numbers, he can throw the ball. But you got to look at, let's be honest here, Lamar Jackson don't have that many weapons. If your tight ends or your go-to weapons, your tight ends and your running backs are your go-to weapons, that means you need more receivers. If you give Lamar Jackson the receiving core that Kansas City have, oh my God, that team is the most unstoppable team in the NFL.
What crazy weapons did Seattle have at quarterback for Russ? Ain't no crazy weapons. He just makes a way out of no way.
That's my point. When they beat the Broncos, that defense beat the Broncos. Yeah, the offense scored points, but the defense, they demolish.
It was physical.
It was physical, but again, Peyton Manning Who did they have that can really stretch the floor? You got to do matchups to matchups, bro. Who did they have that can really stretch the floor, that can really be a secondary threat?
Yeah, but so their offense was, they had Wells Walker at the slot.
Not that fast.
Demaryius Thomas on the outside. Demaryius is a 4.4 guy, combine speed. That's what he ran in the combine, 4.4. And Eric Decker. And they had Demaryius Thomas at tight end. So, you feel me? So when you look at it, right, you got Sammy Watkins on the outside, who's a speed guy, but don't nobody really fears Sammy Watkins' hands.
Don't disrespect Sammy Watkins, because Sammy Watkins made some big plays in that Super Bowl.
He did.
And he was one of the focal points for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had a big catch. You got Ty
Hill. He had a lot of big catches. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, Ty Hill. And then Kelsey.
You forgetting about the 18. You forget about –
Wait, hold up.
Okay.
Hardeman and Denard Robinson was no-shows in the Super Bowl. They didn't play a role in the Super Bowl.
I don't know about no-show.
They would. I mean, not a no-show. I'm just saying, like, they wasn't a huge factor in the Super Bowl. Hardeman and Denard Robinson was – not Denard Robinson. DeMarcus, I think his name was DeMarcus. Yeah, Robinson was not big factors. It was Watkins, Damian Williams in the running game, Kelsey, and Hill. Mahomes didn't throw on the Niners for he didn't have crazy numbers on the Niners in the Super Bowl. He didn't have crazy numbers.
No, he didn't, but it's not you don't look at the overall numbers. Look at the impact on when he started to ball out. When he started to ball out, when he got it together, it was a wrap. It was no stopping them. And this is what I'm saying. That team, defensively wise, there can be some holes on that team. But when you look at Seattle and you really pay attention to the teams they beat, they didn't beat a team that had a lot of weapons on that offensive side. They didn't. They dominated with the team speed. They dominated with the front four, and they dominated with the secondary and the linebacker core. So that's why that's what made them dominant, and why I feel Kansas City is a superior offensive team is because they have so many weapons. They have so many ways they can beat you with. Now, you said 2 players out of their offensive core wasn't on, but it can change any given moment. That's what makes them so good. That's why when they was down 24-0, they end up scoring 51 points. 51 points on a solid defense, not the best defense, but on a solid defense. And on the Tennessee Titans, Tennessee was up again. And what did they do?
They was only up 10.
But I'm saying they was losing, and the 49ers was up in the Super Bowl, and they end up putting 31 points on the 49ers. One of the best defenses in the NFL. They was the number 2 defense in the NFL behind the Baltimore Ravens. And they still put up 31. You still put up 31, bro. And that is why I feel like this game, even in the second quarter, I feel like it's 14. I feel like it's 14-10.
14-10 into halftime?
Wait, no, because I said 10-7. So it's 14-10. I think Seattle get an edge. They get an edge because I'm playing to the system of Kansas City. They're really great at playing from behind. That's just what it is. It's 14-10. 14-10 Seattle, halftime. 14-10 Seattle, halftime. Third quarter, Seattle make a big play. They make a big play, and they take the lead. My third quarter score is 21-17.
All right, well, I got heading to halftime. I said 3-3 coming out the first. I got 13-10 heading into halftime, Seattle. 13-10, they up 3 heading into halftime. I feel like Seattle gets a touchdown. KC gets a touchdown. Seattle ends up kicking the half. Coming out the third quarter, I got 17-16 KC heading into the fourth. 17-16 KC. Seattle kicked a field goal KC scores. That's how I look at it. And to get back to some of the numbers that we were discussing, in the Super Bowl, Kelsey had 6 catches, 43 yards. Ty Hill had 9 for 105. Sammy Watkins had 7 for 98. McCole Hardiman, 1 catch for 2 yards. Robinson didn't even register a catch, and they had Blake Bell, the other tight end, catch a pass. So, like I said, 3 players.
No, they running back. Where they running back at? Where they running back at? You ain't talking about a big focal point.
That was right. I was talking. That was passing. That was just receiving. I mean, that was passing.
But the running back caught some balls out the backfield as well.
Yeah, he had 4 catches, 30 yards.
Those are big 30 yards.
Not nothing too crazy. The only longest catch was only 13 yards. That wasn't a big. So, yeah. And the running back ran for 104.
Boom.
But he got it got to 104 because of that long 38-yard run at the end of the game. That was at the end of the game.
But
so he was at like
game was still
70
close.
something.
The game
like 70 something.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look how many ways they can beat you. And that's why I'm giving them the edge. I even got Seattle leading because if I'm playing to the system, I feel like Seattle is a little bit like the San Francisco, maybe a little bit better quarterback when it comes to Jimmy G and Russell Westbrook, Russell Wilson, when it comes to the ability to, create more plays on the run and things like that. So I think that helps him out a little bit. But Kansas City have beat mobile quarterbacks. They have.
Not like Russell Wilson. Not like Russell Wilson. Not a dual guy. Not a dual guy.
Deshaun Watson is a dual guy, bro. Deshaun Watson is a dual guy.
Right. But if I was quarterbacks, I'm putting Russell Wilson ahead of Deshaun Watson. So he's not a better quarterback than Russell Wilson, whether it's dual or just being a quarterback. Right now, to me, the top quarterbacks in the league is Mahomes and Russell Wilson. That's just how I look at it. That's my 1-2. And I'm going to give Mahomes it because he just won the Super Bowl. But
no, Mahomes is the number one regardless. He was number one before he won the Super Bowl. That dude, bro.
Whatever.
Don't
Either way it go.
Like that. That's just true. I'm not even a Kansas City fan.
I got Russell Wilson is basically right there. And so if I'm doing a battle of the 1-2 quarterbacks, KC hadn't seen a Russell Wilson. And you can say basically
Lamar Jackson is no.
Seattle has spaced more dual threats. And Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes' arm is stronger than Aaron Rodgers, but the same ability to create, move out the pocket, a high-powered offense, you got to think about it. Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, I can't think of who their tight end was, but that tight end, the Packers had a pretty good damn offense. And they were winning, and then the defense came in and shut that down and, the whole botched onside kick situation. That's what I'm saying. And, again, against Denver. Well, Peyton Manning.
Nah. Don't do that.
But either way it goes, Seattle has seen more mobile, more real dual threat, high-powered offenses than KC.
No,
Lamar Jackson, to me, is still a one-trick pony as he continues development, as they put weapons around.
They got to put weapons around him, and when you see more weapons around Lamar Jackson, you're going to see him do what he can do. He can be that guy. He got an arm. He can throw the ball.
And they went home, right?
No.
Did they play KC? Did they play KC?
No. You okay, if you really want to, because that defense gave up 200 and some yards on the ground. That's why they went home.
Did they play offense?
I'm going to tell you, he made some bad throws that cost him. But you got to understand, if your tight end is your number one guy on an offense, it's hard to put up points like that, bro. Your number one guy is the offense is a tight end. He's a tight end, bro. He's a tight end. Let's be real. Lamar Jackson don't have the weapons that Pat Mahomes do it. That's why when this man is down, it's never over. It's never over. He should have beat Tom Brady last year. He was better than Tom Brady. in New England. No, they played in Kansas City. In Kansas City. He was better than Tom Brady. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now that even with Seattle defense, because Seattle defense is more comparable to the 49ers defense. If you really want to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, but if you was to ask a real Niner fan that knows football, they would still say that Seattle defense is overall better, because when you just look at their D line is basically heathen. When you go Michael Bennett, Frank Clark, I think DJ Meebane was at defensive tackle and all that kind of stuff. So their front fours pretty much comparable. Linebacking core, Malcolm Smith, Bobby Wagner, very comparable to Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, and what's that boy? He nice. The guy they added him. He was hurt all season and he came back for the playoffs. Quan Alexander. There we go. Boom. Quan. Rich homie Quan. But which changes a lot is the quarterback situation. You got Sherm, but you got a younger Sherman. Cam Chancellor is monster. One of the greatest strong safeties ever to play. Earl Thomas is a ball hawk. And what is that boy that was the other corner that allowed older brother?
Flowers?
No, not Flowers. Flowers is the new cat. Man, he was the press corner, man. He played
Seattle team, right?
Yeah, Seattle. Who was the corner?
Well, let me see right here. About to find out. We can look it up, man. Brandon Bonner?
Brown, yes. Brandon Brown, yes. So he was the other corner. And at slot, they had a little dude, Lane. Lane was the slot corner.
Okay.
No, not Lane. Maxwell. Maxwell was their slot corner. Yeah. So
Byron Maxwell, number 41.
Yeah. So I just feel like Seattle defense back line was better than the Niners back line. And if a Niner fan was to come question that means you really don't know football. Like, you need to take your Niner pride set aside and understand that the Seattle's back half was better than their back half, which gives Seattle a tad bit more on defense than what the Niners had. Comparable, but I still would say that Seattle defense is better than Niner defense. And there's no shade to that Niner defense.
I hear you, but I don't feel like Seattle played against a player like Pat Mahomes and the weapons. Even when you say Jordy Nelson, who else they had?
Donald Driver,
Jennings.
That was the Packers team that they lost to.
Donald Driver was the only probably top speed, not Driver. What's his name? Yeah, Driver. He was probably the only deep threat. Nelson wasn't that a deep threat like that. He wasn't fast like that. He wasn't. That's why when you play more physical with him, he had trouble.
Yeah. Well, look, so fourth quarter, 17-16, KC. I got the game going back and forth. Last 5 minutes, it's 24-23. I got Russ driving down, them kicking a field goal, and Seattle defense getting the stop. Seattle won Super Bowl 26-24. We don't necessarily have to agree here.
No, I don't have Seattle winning the Super Bowl. I have Kansas City winning the Super Bowl because of that guy. The evolution, that he's the new evolve. He's the all-time great. He's going to be. If he stay healthy, I got Pat Mahomes putting the game-winning drive. That man don't know how to lose. The only way you can beat him is if the ball's not in his hand. Now, I would have probably agreed with you if you said Russell Wilson had the ball in his hand and that's why Seattle won. But no, you gave the ball back to Pat Mahomes with too much time on the clock, and he put another game-winning drive. That dude is the dude, and that's the reason why they get the slight edge, 31-24 at the end. They're gonna win.
Yeah, but I didn't say how much time. I just said they leave him some time. So
I think they give him enough time. I think they give him a minute, and a minute is just enough time for Pat Mahomes to win the game.
I was saying more like 15 to 25 seconds. I wasn't giving him no damn minute.
I ain't no 15, 25 seconds. No.
That's what Russ said. They got a field goal range.
25 seconds. If it's 15, 25 seconds, they're going to drain that clock to 1 or 2 seconds. No, man.
The KC got timeout. They just called timeout to give themselves a chance.
Nah. Then it would be more time on the clock. If you got timeouts, bro, that don't even make sense. If you got timeouts, that means you got to get a first down for them to move to stop all their timeout. If you got timeout, that's going to give a lot of time on the clock. That don't make sense. Yeah, you have to get a first down, and that means Seattle will win with a field goal because they'll drain the clock down and kick the game.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said they get the ball with the ball back. You get the seconds with the ball back on the clock.
But the Patriots has been in situations, right? In both Super Bowls, they lost to the Giants, where it was about 30 to 35 seconds, somewhere in between there, where they got to try to drive. So that's what I'm looking at. The Giants ended up they scored on both of them, but the Patriots had to answer.
But the only reason they had the ball back because they had timeouts. So they didn't get a first down. Because if you get a first down,
even if I'm giving KC the ball back with saying let's move it up to about 40 seconds, but they have to start at like the 25. That means I don't see Seattle just giving that up to where they give them a chance to get them field goal range. I feel like Seattle just still makes the plays because I got faith in that defense to get a stop. So
that's cool. I got 31-24. I think Pat Mahomes, as it's been proven, he's played against every defense and dang near won all the time in key situations, especially when he has that ball in his hands. He don't know how to lose. That I saw when I seen him have the worst game of his career, in the biggest game of his life, and he still found a way to win. That dude may be the Michael Jordan of the NFL. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. There's nobody who has the arm strength like he does, the accuracy like he does, and he still has a bit of mobility to get 10 to 15 yards whenever he needs to, and he has the size and the longevity. That dude is a gamer, bruh. And that's why I said even when Seattle boom or Legion of Boom, that defense is a great defense. But when you play against an amazing quarterback, what hurts Seattle is great quarterback play. Great quarterback. That's just what it is. They lost to the Patriots, even though they should.
Great quarterback.
No. It was a dumb play call. But I'm saying Patriots again. Patriots ain't known for having speed, and they still putting up points on that Legion of Boom defense. That's what y'all not understanding. You have people putting up points. Only person that didn't put up points was the Denver Broncos because they didn't really have a lot of weapons. I'm just going to call it spade. They took away.
One of the best offenses ever.
Man, no.
They put up numbers that year.
No.
Numbers.
Who was they playing against, man?
It don't matter. They put up numbers that year. You don't throw for 55. I think he threw 55 touchdowns. You don't do that on accident. Peyton Manning put up numbers that year. And they made that offense look anemic.
But Peyton Manning, again, they put up numbers. You're right. But when you take away your greatest asset, which is probably Thomas, the receiver out there, he was one of the biggest focus points. You take away him, and then who you got? Who else put them numbers?
They had the other.
Decker's not getting off the ball like that. Come on, let's be real.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But who?
Walker, come on, bro. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. No disrespect to these dudes. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, dog.
They had the man.
Stop playing with me.
The man threw 55 touchdowns.
I understand that.
Monty Ball and Noshawn Moreno in the backfield. Like, the Bronco offense is one of the most prolific offenses that has ever touched that in one season has ever touched the field.
I understand that, but Pat Mahomes,
they had three.
Pat Mahomes eclipsed that already. Pat Mahomes eclipsed that already the year prior. What are you talking about?
They still ain't had three. The Chiefs still ain't had three 1,000-yard receivers. Still ain't had that.
It was close. It was close.
They had two.
Okay.
They didn't even have a third. Sniff it.
I'm saying they still. It was close. It was close. It was close. And again, we can agree to disagree. I got Kansas City beating Seattle. I do, because Pat Mahomes is that guy. Until I see something different, the way he played that game, the way he can find a way to win, even with the Legion of Boom. They never played against that many weapons on the offense. That's why that team is never out. That's why everybody, like your Oakland Raiders, that's like everybody.
Don't do me disrespect.
Okay. All right. Las Vegas Raiders, because they haven't played the game in Vegas yet. So I'm not going to call them Vegas Raiders until they actually have a season, until they actually play a game. So I'm going to say your Oakland, but they ain't played in it. It's an empty stadium until they play in it. I'm going to say the Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders. That's why everybody's about to change the way they play the game. They about to get multiple receivers. That's what y'all doing. That's what this, everybody in y'all division doing, because they understand this team is changing the landscape of the NFL and how people play. This was the biggest NFL draft with the most receivers drafted in the NFL. That seems a bit odd to me, right? Because they know Kansas City is putting the blueprint around what an offense going to look like. We're going to get so many weapons on our team that you're going to have to figure out how you're going to stop us. If you think you're going to stop this person, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hit you in the backfield. If you think you're going to stop that person, then we're going to hit you over here. They have too many weapons, man. Too many weapons.
And I got too many reasons to say they still not beating Seattle.
That's cool. But we'll leave it up to the fans to let us know, what do y'all think? What do we do? We're going to create a poll. We're going to create a poll. I think that's fair. We create a poll. Who you think is winning the Super Bowl? Seattle, 2013 Seattle, or the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs? I believe the Chiefs doing. DJ, too many reasons think that the Seattle Seahawks going to do it, but I don't see it. I think, yes, defense win championships, but everybody don't always forget offense score points. You can't win if you ain't scoring no damn points. And I think the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs is going to score points. And if you look at it, if you really look at it, if the Patriots can put up 24, I believe they put up 24 on that team. Let me look at the championship they lost to the Patriots, just so I can clarify real quick. I want to see.
We talk about the wins, though. We're not talking about them losing.
I know.
The winning, the Super Bowl was 51-8.
I know. Against
they only gave up 8.
I know, but the year after that, what they give up?
We can't talk about that year because we're not talking about the losing Seattle team. We're talking about the winning team.
I'm just saying.
The winning team gave up 8.
Okay, I got a better idea. We can do this. I can show you this.
Yeah.
Show you this. No. I can show you.
The Chiefs gave up 20 to the Niners, scored 31.
Wait. What was you talking about? Seattle playing the Packers.
That was in the NFC Championship game heading into the Super Bowl.
Oh, you talking about prior? You talking about our bracket?
No, we were just talking about overall. I was just talking about overall. I think that year.
Oh. No. They didn't. No, you are mistaken. They played the Saints.
They played the Niners that year.
Yeah, they played the Niners and they played the Saints.
Yeah. And they shut the Saints down, and they, Kaepernick kind of gave them a little run for the money, but Sherman knocked down the pass for the mediocre receiver.
If and that game was that game, and the Niners ain't got no crazy offense like that. That game was close, and it was decided by a last play. It went 23-17.
Because the Niners defense was an all-time great too. The Chiefs defense ain't as good as that Niners defense.
That Chief defense is the top 10 in the league, though. What are you talking about?
It's not as good as that Niners defense.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: if they wasn't that good, then why did the 49ers that they played against, who's a high-power offense, only put up 21 points. Tell me that.
What do you mean? I'm talking the Niner offense that Niner team that
I
plays
understand that.
close.
I understand that. I understand that, but I'm saying if this offense, what the Niners is, if you look at the Niners offense, they in the top 5 in the league for offense for last year, and they only put up 21 on a defense that's not, quote unquote, a great defense like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, the Niners only scored 21 points, but because I feel like you give them Russell Wilson and not Jimmy Garoppolo, things are different. No shade to Jimmy G.
I think if you give 49ers, if you give the 49ers Pat Mahomes, they put up more points. Things are different.
We're not comparing that, though. We're not.
That's what we're comparing. You just said that.
We're comparing teams.
You just said that. You said you put Russell Wilson for Jimmy G. You have a different thing. You just said that.
Yeah, but I'm comparing two teams on the same conference that have the same similar styles. You swap quarterbacks, the Chiefs don't beat the Niners. That's what I'm saying. The Niners won the Super Bowl last year if they had Russell Wilson and not Jimmy G. Everything else equal, you just swap out quarterback.
Hey, it is what it is. We're gonna let the folks decide. We're gonna let them decide this one. And let's see who's right. I think I'm right. I think KC is going to beat the Seattle Seahawks. I really think. I think if the people do vote for Seattle, it's because they don't like KC.
These are two teams that fan bases are small. I wouldn't say small like that, but like relative to what. But I feel like people should just be honest.
Just be honest.
Feel like KC or Seattle. Hey, there's no.
We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll.
You're on a hot seat, man.
Yes, I am on a hot seat. What's up?
You feel me? And
your hot seat was almost up. That was almost up, man. You almost lost your hot seat with that question. So you better come with it, cause I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So we're gonna stick to the times, and we're gonna promote our brothers. In this movement of Black Lives Matter and this movement, especially in sports, of coaches and African American descent being a part of it. So first question to you is, if you had to choose a head coach between these two gentlemen, who would you start your franchise with? Tony Dungy or Mike Tomlin?
Tony Dungy. Simple.
Why Tony G? And enlighten the people why Tony G.
Tony G is all-time one of the all-time greatest defensive coaches in the NFL. I like Tony G. He gets his players. There's nothing wrong with Mike Tomlinson, but I've heard some things about Mike Tomlinson that ain't always the best. But Tony Dungy is that guy.
Okay. All right, my next question for you. If you had to choose a black quarterback, not named Russell Wilson or Pat Mahomes, to go win the Super Bowl, who would you want to go do that if you look at the scope? Because we only got 3, Doug Williams, Mahomes, Russell Wilson. So which black quarterback would would have loved to see carry that to get one?
Wait, I'm so
who had a chance, though? Who had a chance to get one?
Wait, I'm confused because you broke up. That you got to stop my time because you broke up.
Time to pause. So what I'm saying, so Russell Wilson and Mahomes have a Super Bowl. So that's,
okay. Who would I want to see to get a Super Bowl?
Yeah, what black quarterback that has played over the time that you've been watching football that you would have loved to got that probably would have helped, further his career and stuff like that?
Oh, hands down, Mike Vick.
Mike Vick?
I would have loved to see Mike Vick win a Super Bowl, especially after the whole dog thing that he dealt with and going to prison. I would love to see Mike Vick win a Super Bowl, and if it wasn't Mike Vick, I want to see L. Jack. I want to see that brother do well. I want to see him win a Super Bowl as well. But Mike Vick would be my number one first. Okay. And Cam Newton, I got to throw Cam Newton on there, but Mike Vick, Jack, and then Cam. And
that's good. That's what I'm saying. I just want,
I got that'll be the order. I like Deshaun Watson too, but you know what I'm saying.
Because we got to uplift our quarterback, so I just wanted to see where your head was with that. And the last,
this is easy. I'm telling you right now. This is Luke. This is Luke. This is cold. This fresh.
Whatever. Last one. Breakfast of choice. Which bread, because they all bread, which bread would you choose? Pancakes, waffle, French toast. Or you can rank them in your order of
that's simple. That's simple.
What's your order of
French toast? I'm a French toast guy. And if you like Roscoe's chicken, then I'm liking they Roscoe's waffles. And then I do pancakes. But if I'm feeling pancakey, I'm still French toast. Then it's IHOP pancakes. Then it's waffles. So those are my.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I'm trying to be nice to you this week. Not nothing too crazy.
I would hear that. Nah. It was because it was too hot for you. Your brain cells was like, dang, man, I don't even know how to stump this man. He had me over there saying, Black Lives Matter. I'm just going to go with Tams. He didn't even give a burger. He didn't even get a reason why they chose the burger, y'all. They know. Just like everybody know, Kansas City is going to win this poll we going to put out for y'all young boys and girls so y'all can decide. Y'all know your boy Bacon handle the hot seat. Let's get it, man. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, man. Anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here, man?
No, man. Wear your mask. Hold up. God damn it. Yeah. Wear your mask. Be out here. Be safe in these streets, especially in California, because in California, we're required to wear this all the time.
Yes, we are. I don't have my in my house, so I don't have to wear it right now.
Yeah, I'm out here promoting good health.
Is that the new Raiders logo? Is that Vegas or is it still Oakland?
No, that's just I found one of the Latino homies selling masks, and I was like, let me get it. I didn't know if that's the new Raider. Like, are y'all gonna change the logo? No, I don't think we're gonna change the logo. I hope somebody steps in and we just do some all black unions. I feel like we go all black with the black top, black bottom with the silver thread with the white outline. Flames. And that's it. We don't even need to add nothing else to it. We just add black pants to our uniform. That's the only thing that I've asked for.
That'd be great. That'd be nice. I ain't gonna hold you. Look nice and still take L's. But anyway, man, we're about to get up out of here, man. Y'all always remember to talk that talk. Be sure to vote, man, because we're gonna be talking about it next week on the show. So we're gonna put the polls out there, and we're gonna get y'all opinions and y'all comments. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay safe. It's your boy Bay.
There's too many reasons himself. Yeah.
We out here. Peace.